Alright, well that one is a no-go because I hate pickles. So I'm just really curious on what this tastes like. Do you taste like pickles or do you taste something else? Here we go.
Hey, what is going on with you guys? My name is SubZeroExtabyte and I am shooting right back at you with another video. And I am actually coming at you with videos lately like the noobs have been coming at me. I mean, it has been an insane couple of weeks lately since all of those noobs figured out how to get to my Minecraft home. Now I cannot say that I am mad about the fact that people end up looking for me because they want to meet me. But these guys come up to me and start screwing around with my life. Well, that is not something that I appreciate. So since my last house also blew up, I am going to make myself a new one, and even though it will not become one of the biggest there are, it will probably become the best one that I have made to date, since I have come up with a plan for myself so that I can get away from the hordes of noobs that come up to me every day in this Minecraft world. Now we are not in Minecraft, but that does not matter. All that matter right now is that we are here together. I am kidding, today we are running around in Roblox and it is going to be a lot of fun, I can tell you that much. Now let's get it. What are we doing here right now? Well, let me just spill you guys the juice, if that is something that people say nowadays. But what I was saying is that right now I am going to go for some relaxing instead of all the things that I usually do since I am a really busy guy. So right now we are going to just do some fun things. And right now that will be a food war. Now let me explain a little bit before everyone start throwing food around the room, because I really think that some kind of an intro might be in order right here. So we are just going to have a nice little food war and you guys can watch me do so. So sit your butt in your chair. Get yourself a drink and a big freaking bowl of cereal and sit down and kids get ready to learn. Now this is a little bit of an upgrade from your normal high school cafeteria food war, because this is just all out war and madness and I totally love it right now. So hang on with me and do not get yourselves killed today, alright? So let's just get to it, shall we? So basically this game mode is going to contain a lot of graphical killing. Now this might not be something that you were looking for right now, but you'll have to make do either way. So let me just briefly explain what's going on here, because I think that we might need an explanation for all of this. So let's get to it. If the whole world of Roblox is being held captive against their will by some Subway sandwiches, this might sound off because it's just really weird, and I mean I can totally get that because it is just weird, but we have to make sure that we can actually go ahead and help the people that are held captive, otherwise what good are we? So let's just get ahead and make sure that we can win this right now so that we can all go home in peace and have ourselves a Subway sandwich. By the way, let me know in the comments what is your favorite Subway sandwich. I mean, we all love Subway, right? Well, maybe we'd all, but Guy gets the point. So instead of just fighting the sandwiches, we will have to fight the people who are with the sandwiches, because they have formed a strong bond together. Some people just could not resist the urge to eat, and they just decided to join the sandwich army made by Subway. Now this sounds weird and I'd get that, but right now that does not matter at all, because we will have to make sure that everyone gets out of here alive and everyone gets out unharmed. So that is why we are here right now. The president asks me, Sub-Zero, to come help the house and just help out. I mean, he literally just asks me to prepare a unit of people who would want to fight for our sandwich-free freedom. So I was able to collect some people who wanted to fight for their freedom, and they are with me here today, which is really remarkable. I mean, usually no one would stand up against such a giant as Subway, but apparently people do care about each other, and right now we are here to prove that. So let's get to it. We gotta make sure that everyone is able to get out alive and we are able to free as many civilians as possible. Now that does not mean that we cannot have fun, because obviously most of you out there just saw the title and knew that this was going to be a food fight for and a lot of food. So yeah, we kind of have a food fight, but actually it's more like a war, and that is kind of a bad thing, but at least we can still have fun because we are using food as our main trajectory. So if this is not something for you, then I'm sorry, but this is something something that needs to be done in order to remain in a free country. Now of course it might be a Ford war, but the guy said that does not mean that we cannot have fun, because we are going to have a lot of fun doing this. Otherwise I would not be recording all of this. I mean, I literally had to get my camera crew out, and I had to make a lot of calls and logistic things in order to get everyone out here so that we could record all of this. So I just get to it. I mean, we can just stay here and wait around, but we will have to make sure that we can free all the civilians in order for us to make the president happy. Because when the president asks you to do something, you do not want slack. You want to make sure that everything that happens is going to be good and justified. So that is why he asked me in my crew, and that is why we are here today fighting for our freedom. Now of course is still an all-out war, so it really does not matter that we are out here and shooting bananas and stuff, because these bananas are going to make sure that we will win this war. Otherwise I would not be named Sub-Zero. Now let's get to it. There is a lot going on recently with me with a lot of noobs, and I just want to make sure that none of you are affected by that in any way, because I would not want anything to happen to you guys. So also that is one of the reasons why I'm out here, to make sure that all of the people who watch my videos every day are able to come home instead of being held captive by food and people who love the food. So yeah, you might be thinking of why are you shooting with food and not bullets? Well, that is a trick question, and really I do not know the answer to this, because there's a lot to do and I do not think that we have enough money for bullets right now. So they basically handed us these rifles filled with fruit and vegetables, and they just want us to go ahead and do everything that we can in order to make this happen. And of course, like the gentleman that I am, I'm going to make sure that all of this have been strictly handled fruits that we're shooting, so that no one is going to get any sort of blisters in their mouth and stuff, because we would not want that. Now a quick public service announcement: always wash your fruit before you go ahead and eat it. Let me tell you that it is worth all of it. So just do not do anything else to your fruit, just make sure that you can clean it and then eat it. Now I would not be saying this if I did not think that any of this would be true, but we have got a little situation here right now, so let's get to that before we go ahead and start waving the white flag, because I will not do that anytime soon. Now let's just get to it. I mean, there is no going around all of this. Someone must have screwed up in order for everyone to start using these fruits to fight, but I do not mind, because this is just way too much fun to let fly. I mean, I am just going to enjoy this as much as humanly possible so that we can just go ahead and make a cool video out of it right now. So please enjoy all this. Now this is not just something that we are doing right here, because we are supposed to be doing this all over the world. I mean, that is pretty much already happening in most places, but let's just hear me out real quick. Alright, as you may have noticed, this is not just a fight between two teams. Well, maybe it is, but it is bigger than that, and I am not kidding at all when I say that, because what is going on right here is even beyond me. So hear me out, alright, and make sure that you understand all of it so that we do not get into any mistakes right now. So the fight is not just between two teams, but the fight actually is between the two factions who these teams represent. It is basically a sort of a simulation somehow, but I will not be getting into the details right now because I do not want to bore all of you to death. RIGTH now. So follow me. The two factions who are fighting here are not just any factions. They are fruit and junk food, the two biggest competitors in the whole world basically. Now this might osmerd, but I will have to go with the fruit on this one, because the junk food side is just way too unhealthy for me. I mean, there are already enough fat people out there in the real world. So right here in Minecraft and Roblox, I am just going to make sure that I can maintain a healthy lifestyle with enough and a lot of exercise and healthy meals. Now this might sound weird, but I think that this is just really important. Otherwise I would not be able to go out and make all of these videos all day. Now that does not mean that I do not like junk food from time to time, because I do. And I am not saying that I never eat junk food at all, because like I just said, I do, but that is not often. I mean, I maybe eat junk food once a week, and I think that that is a healthy combination of the both. I mean, you do not have to destroy the one to get to the other. No, the perfect way of dealing with the junk food and the fruit is to make them cooperate. I mean, just help them out. They are able to live in order together, like yin and yang. They are able to live together in harmony once you just make sure that you can get them in balance. And that is not just something that I am making up, but I am just going to get up and brush it off, literally, because I actually stink a lot right now, so let's just take a shower before we head on to do anything else today. Even though some showers seem to be really steamy and hot, I am not sure if they will actually get all of the smell off of my skin, and of course all of the germs inside of the garbage container. So what should we do to get all of that out right now? I mean, I have been laying inside of a container all night just to get here, and I am really stinking like a moose right now. I mean, you cannot believe how it smells here right now. This whole town is just like one big stinky bomb or something, man. I mean, this war has been going on and on for weeks now, so basically all of the food out here has been rotting and all of that stuff, so right now this just already smells bad. But to make matters worse, and yes, it can even get any worse, I mean, I have been covered in tomatoes for the longest time right now, so once they will start to go and rot, well, just believe me when I say that it might be able to get stinky right now, because I cannot stand the fact that I have been laying inside of the container for like a full-on night, and I am not sure if my skin can actually take that, because I usually am kind of like a germaphobe, so I really am not okay with any of that right now. But you guys know who I am, right? I mean, that is what I am guessing, but of course I am not just SubZeroExtabyte. Alright, this is Agent Sub-Zero with the Central Intelligence Agency, also known as the CIA, and right now I am on a secret mission in this underground facility in Russia near the Siberian border. It is freezing right here, it is a dry place, and I would rather not be here, but this is all to make sure that the world is safe. The intelligence people over at the CIA found out about some underground Soviet bunker that has been abandoned since the ending of the Cold War, but apparently it has not been abandoned completely. As of right now, it is uncertain what is inside of that abandoned bunker, but that is why I am here. This mission was codenamed -0, on special request of yours truly right here, and I am here to find out what in the world could be inside of that bunker, because the bunker has not been opened since the end of the Cold War, so that is around 25 years ago. And the most disturbing part of all of this is the fact that no human being would be able to survive around here for 25 years without any food or water, so we have no idea what is down there, but we are prepared for the worst, and we will make sure that whatever is hiding down deep in the earth or crust will not have any negative effect on the human population, because some sort of outbreak of any sort of disease or maybe even some new life form would be harmful to everyone on this planet. So if you are watching this, then be prepared to see a lot of horrifying things, and make sure that you do not have an empty stomach, because you might pass out. But then again, do not eat while watching, so we will have to watch out when moving further, because this food war keeps getting more dangerous right now. I mean, I wish that it was easy right now, but it is not, and there is just no going around it. We will have to fight on today. Alright Sub-Zero, you can do this. Just shoot all of these darn things one by one. This is what you have trained for on the way for so long. I cannot let myself down right here, because my life is depending on it, and so is everyone else their life, at least from the people who actually are in this town. I have heard from the ground team upstairs that the chances of these things getting into the open world are basically slimming down to almost 23.65%, so that is pretty low right now, but it is still not all the way down to zero, and that is what really needs to happen. Otherwise there can still be people out there, the innocent people like you, who are just sitting behind their computer or just browsing on their tablet or any other device, and you might get killed out there because of this thing and my stupidity, and I am not ready to let it all come down to that. So I will have to battle on in this awesome new suit that basically makes me look like 007, also known as Mr. Bond, James Bond. I did that part pretty good, right? I know. At least this food will stay contained for right now, so let's just get down to business again, I guess. Let's hope that we can make sure that the headquarters can identify what kind of food this actually is, so that we can make sure that we find the proper way to actually quarantine all of this, since it is going to be really tough. At least that is just my prediction, since we have been here all day and we basically have not improved on any of the stuff that we need to do around here, so that is a real bummer right there. But this will not stop us. I will always be plowing through all of my tasks so that I can make sure that all of you guys stay safe, just so that all of my subscribers, and I really want to put the emphasis on the sub part right there. I want to make sure that all of my subscribers are staying safe and are able to watch these videos, because without them I would be nothing at all, literally nothing. So let's hope that we get all of this down and make sure that we can get ready to get out of here, because my show is coming on in a couple of minutes and I want to make sure that I can watch. But I feel like this war is coming to an end right now, so I hope that you guys have enjoyed all of this and are able to eat your fruits and veggies safely for the rest of your life. I am also hoping that this war taught you well, and that I also hoped that you learned a wise lesson today, being that you should never have a war with junk food or fruits, because that can be really though. I just wanted to do something like the video from the beginning, but I guess I horribly failed. Well, bad times I guess. Don't worry though, I will rise again and I will be sure not to start any wars from now on. Not even food wars for that matter. What you guys need to remember is no throwing food in the school breaks, and never eat fruit while you are eating junk food, because that's just very bad and that can start a war between the two very weird but special species. It's a life lesson, remember this.